Hello, it is time for noon rite once again, and today's little field trip is right out here. I'm hoping you can see our adorable bantam hen and her little baby chicks. And we've got a whole lot more baby chicks too that we are bringing up, including some Polish chickens and others. So our flock is going to be a little bit more exotic here. You can see those guys. They're so cute. And beyond, you may have noticed, is one of our cats watching this with great interest. But for now, they are separate, and all is well. So it's another beautiful summer day here at Isis Oasis. You can see our tree and our sunlight, and a freshly painted deck over by the pavilion, and our socially distanced chairs here. That looks a little less than 6 feet. I'm going to have to take care of that. And of course, Sydney is making his presence known as we go on to our little temple. Now, in the Greco-Roman period, the smaller temples of Isis throughout the Greco-Roman world often had the 4 columns like this. But they would have been, of course, Greek columns, not our beautiful fluted, actually not fluted, but our beautiful decorated Egyptian style capitals. And I think all of the columns actually were meant to imitate groves of trees, especially groves of palm trees. And I believe that is so. And when I was in Palm Springs once, I was walking through one of the date farms, and it really had that sense of almost a cathedral with these really high date trees, and they were just laid out in rows so you could walk down, and up above the fronds would be joining, and you could really get the sense that the ancient temples were made to imitate a natural, cultivated grove of trees. So, anyway. I was very pleased to get these pretty matches the other day to use here in the temple. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's some beautiful cattle on this little box. This is a French matchbox. And of course, with the cattle, I'm always thinking of Isis in her horned form, and especially Hathor in her horned form as a lady of cattle and cows. We did briefly here at Isis Oasis offer shelter to a couple of cows. We discovered that we were not terribly good cattle people, but for about 6 weeks we did have a mother cow and her calf living with the alpacas. So it was fun. People were pulling over and stopping. I mean, it's funny, you wouldn't think a cow would be so exotic, but we definitely had people going, "Oh, look, it's a cow," and bringing their children to see it and so on. So it kind of underlines how nature deprived we can be even in this modern time. And I had to drive down to Santa Rosa yesterday, and in one of the highway clovers, where the road goes around, in the center of that, and it's kind of terrifying, there was a doe and her baby, and it was startling. And this was, in full daylight and everything, and there they were. And I'm concerned that our animals here have gotten kind of trained to the idea of less traffic, and so I'm really kind of concerned about them. I hope that they unfortunately readapt as things get busier and busier. Though truthfully, it may not be ever back, at least not anytime soon, to the full busyness that we've had before. Alrighty, let me get some incense going here. Oh, this is another one of my favorites, the amber incense. Okay, there we go. And now, let's begin. Divine Isis, goddess of 10,000 names, I invoke your grace. Come to our temple, O goddess, dwell in our shrine. Make our hearts your altars, our hearts your home. Bring vision and healing to those who use this shrine. Give us wisdom and unveil the truth, and with thy feathery wings protect us. Breathe into us the breath of life and health and strength. It is noon, let us celebrate the moon. Let us celebrate the stars, no matter where they are. It is noon, let us celebrate the sun that shines on everyone. Let us celebrate our day as we go upon our way. It is noon, it is noon, it is noon. Alrighty, and now it's the time for our daily reflection, where people bring forth 3 words that they want to use to symbolize the day, or that they're inspired to say. And we have quite a few words coming in already. All right, this is great. Okay. Isis, come to our hearts. 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 And that's from Linda. And from Jeff, earth, stars, and universe. Earth, stars, and universe. Earth, stars, and universe. And from Marky, may the virus be gone. 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 Goddess bless all that are suffering with it. And from Diego, wisdom, health, and joy. Wisdom, health, and joy. Wisdom, health, and joy. Wisdom, health, and joy. That's a really good one. If you have wisdom, health, and joy, good grief, I think you're going to do just fine. So what a good thing to invoke. All right, and if anyone else has 3 words, I've got to come up with 3 words too, don't I? Bless this oasis. Bless this oasis. Bless this oasis. Bless this oasis. And Isis brings us peace. Oh, lots of people today. Isis brings us peace. Isis brings us peace. Isis brings us peace. And from Paula, healing, hope, and blessings. Healing, hope, and blessings. Healing, hope, and blessings. Healing, hope, and blessings. And prophetic vision. Prophetic vision. Prophetic vision. Prophetic vision. And here's a very important one, because one of our people here actually got some video of a really horrible situation locally during one of the protests, and there's all sorts of things accumulating out of that, including a modified police investigation. And so he is requesting a corrected police investigation, a corrected police investigation, a corrected police investigation, because the video that he has shows that it has not been handled properly. Love my friends, love my friends, love my friends, love my friends. And So above as below, so above as below, so above as below, so above as below. Okay, I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. If I am, it's never intentional. Okay. Alrighty. Good words, everyone. And may what you need be manifested on that. And by the way, today is Tuesday, so if we have any one who has passed that we wish to remember, that is what we will be doing a little bit later in our program. All right, and now let us honor the directions. Come along. Let us honor the east, element of air with the winds ever blowing. And we honor the south, element of fire with the flames ever glowing. And we honor the west, element of water with the rivers ever flowing. And we honor the north, element of earth with the seeds ever growing. And we honor the spirits above and below with the wisdom ever knowing. And we honor our bodies both without and within with a love forever showing. For we come into this world with all these gifts and more, our very own special essence. Let us thank the goddess for that which she bestows. Let us go forth refreshed and renewed with dedication to preserve and protect all life, for we are all children of Isis, the great mother goddess. Alrighty. Okay. And today, being Tuesday, we are remembering those who have passed. We are definitely praying for our priestess Zarita as she recovers or attempts to recover from the loss of her beloved Warren. Of course, we are always remembering Lady Elorion. This is another photo of hers that I'm very fond of, in her throne and in her lavender, which she loved, holding her sistrum and in that beautiful crown. And there are many others. Our lost volunteer Catherine Moore, who passed away a couple of months ago, David Schweitzer, Susie Rankin, and many, many others. So if there's anyone that you wish to remember right now, Catherine Farrar, of course, and I must put a photo of her up here. I have not done that. That's my neglect. And Carol Campbell, Lorian's sister, who passed away not too long ago. Goddess bless and guide her through her underworld path. And if there's anyone else that you wish to remember, please feel free to put them in the comments. All right. So a somber moment as we remember all those that we've lost. And every loss is every loss, as I learn, because every time someone else is lost that I know of, it also brings up memories of so many people that are no longer on the same pathway with us in at least the usual way. Freddie Crowder, Goddess bless him. May he be blessed, and may you too be blessed, Phoenixa. So, all right, a somber moment, but our reading today is anything but somber. It is number 26. And if you have memorized them all, you then know that that is I invoke laughter. I invoke laughter. I invoke laughter. I invoke laughter. And Lady Lorian writes, laughing is beneficial to the soul and to the entire body. You do not need to tell jokes to invoke laughter, as there are other ways. And she says, I often come up with puns never to be repeated, as they are quite spur of the moment. I'm often surprised at how humorous they are and always feel pleased that others enjoy the humor in them. And she was a great punster. She loved to play with words, and that was something that I really enjoyed about Lady Lorien. And another great punster, not exactly punster, but Lady Olivia too had a way with working with words that was quite inspiring and quite funny sometimes too. She especially liked deconstructing words that we don't always think of. Like I remember her saying, the word disgruntled, and it's like, you never, and she would go, and you say, no one ever says that they're gruntled, but we'd say disgruntled, It was really quite amusing to hear her kind of break them down that way, because we don't talk about being whelmed, we only talk about being overwhelmed, or in some cases underwhelmed, but what is whelmed? So it's funny how certain cores of words do not get used in other circumstances. So, anyway, Lady Lorien goes on, I appreciate humor and enjoy comedians for invoking laughter in me, and have often gone to bed in a good mood after watching a comedian on late-night TV. And that was also a gift that Lady Lorien had, that in these times maybe we all should draw upon. She could really, with rare exception, lay down the burdens at night. And she had her little pathways. She would usually watch some amusing television, and then she might write for a while, and then she would go to bed and she would go to sleep and she would rest well. It's hard to have that gift, and she did have that gift. And I think that's one reason why she maintained herself so well right up to the end at 82. She was very clear-minded and she was getting good sleep. So that's kind of a goal for all of us. See if you can train yourself to lay down those burdens and really go into rest and consider it important and a necessary thing. And she goes on to write, watch how people relate to humor. They always seem to feel upbeat after a good laugh. There's not enough levity in the day, so take responsibility to add to this enjoyable aspect of life. Smile a lot and laugh when appropriate, and just have a good old time for yourself. Don't take things too seriously. Lighten up and remember to laugh, and do yourself some good, for it is said that laughing can cure illnesses. Help others with your humor, and you will be loved. And, it's maybe you'll find this interesting, but in my book, Mysteries of Isis, there was originally a chapter on humor in it. And, going back and forth, I left it out. But I did have a group of jokes regarding ancient Egypt primarily. And I'm not going to inflict them all on you, and I'm not going to turn this up into stand-up. But one that I do remember that did not make it into the book was, why do the computers at the Temple of Bast keep stopping operating? And the answer is, of course, the mouse goes missing. Because it's the Temple of Bast and it's cats and they steal the mouse. Okay. So perhaps that's not the biggest laugh that we can end this on, but think about it. See if you can see some humor in your life, and that anything that can bring you joy and elevate your soul is a good thing. And laughter comes right from the core of your being. And so when you do laugh, everything is awakened and the blood flows, and it can really be elevating. And just as I mentioned not too long ago, that if you smile, it actually can induce feelings of friendliness and happiness in you. Even if you're smiling a fake smile, it actually does have an internal effect too. So it's interesting to see. It's something to explore. And so I wish you much laughter today. May you find joy in everything that you see and do, and may you be happy. May we all be happy. Anyway, Goddess bless you for attending. Thank you so much, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goddess bless you all. And as always, we give thanks to Lady Lorien, to all of our teachers, to the gracious Goddess Isis, in whom all things are possible, and to each and every one of us. May all we do be blessed, may our results be abundant, and may we go forth from this rite refreshed and renewed.